Hi, I'm Christian Schoyen. I'm the host of Hometown Heroes. Come and join me to get to know our local heroes and find out why they do what they do and what we can learn from them.
Hi, my name is Linda Smith with Opportunity Village. Watch my story on Hometown Heroes.
Thank you so much for coming here today, Linda Smith, and be a guest here at Hometown Heroes.
My pleasure.
And also we invited you here today because we wanted to hear more about your inspirational story, and we want to find out more what is the driving force behind everything you do. So first of all, let me ask you, are you born and raised here in Las Vegas?
I'm actually from England. I was born in England. Family moved to Toronto, Canada when I was a youngster. I was 12. And moved to Las Vegas in my early 20s.
Was it anything that affected you in terms of a child, in terms of how you were raised, that you brought with you later on as an adult?
Basically, my son Christopher. Christopher was born in Canada. He was born with Down syndrome and related disabilities. And at the time, my husband was appearing, he was an entertainer, he was appearing in Las Vegas, and we would travel back and forth. I was an entertainer myself. And we didn't know that there were laws that prohibited people who had an intellectual disability, born with Down syndrome or other related disabilities, that would prohibit them from being able to move into the United States as a resident. Section 212A of the Immigration Act says people exempt from entering the United States as a permanent resident, number one, criminals, number two, people with mental retardation. So that was quite shocking. And my little baby was considered an undesirable alien in the United States, and that sort of kicked me into action. I didn't look back ever since because I just couldn't accept, this precious human being was considered less than anyone else. And I think additionally, when Chris was born, the doctors came to see me, and I expected that I was going to have a healthy, beautiful child. And the doctors told me that they had really bad news, that my son was born profoundly disabled, and that I should put him in an institution and forget about him. So right at birth, I was made to believe that Christopher should be somebody who should be segregated from the community and put in a place and left to die. So that was another shocking thing for me to hear and understand. From an early childhood, no has just never been an option for me. I've been kicked in the teeth many times as a youngster. And so here was Chris, considered undesirable alien, considered somebody that should be shoved into an institution, and that was just not going to be his life.
You also took on the US legal system and you changed it.
Well, yes, it took a long time. It actually took me 17 years to get Chris legal in the United States, and I could write a book about that, and this show isn't long enough to hear the story, but it was a long uphill battle, and of meeting with many people across the United States. And I harbored an illegal alien. I smuggled Chris in and out of the country. While I was raising money for Opportunity Village, I had a son that wasn't legal here.
Changing the law was a door opener for many people, including your son.
Yes, so my Christopher, my little illegal alien, undesirable, changed the laws for people to be able to come in from any country. If you had a child born in the mid-70s or before, in another country, you couldn't go to Disneyland. I mean, it was like, no, you can't come in. There are laws preventing you. Now those laws have changed dramatically.
Most people, when they're faced with a challenge, like you mentioned, they don't take on a system, for example, like you did. I mean, they might give up. In regards to your life, you have overcome a lot of obstacles. Can you tell me about that?
I think we all have interesting backgrounds, and mine is one of overcoming adversities right from birth. You know, I was born into a very dysfunctional family situation. My father, he was abusive, and we actually ran away from him. And for many years as a youngster, from about age 8 or 9, up until about 12, I lived in homeless shelters quite a few times. And that was tough, and it was not a life that I wanted for myself. I wanted to succeed like anyone else. I didn't want to be this person who was being shuffled from one situation to the other. And, you know, I always wanted to be a dancer. But there wasn't any money to be a dancer. I taught myself how to dance and landed a job on a nationally syndicated television show in Canada. And I just always believed that if we set our minds to something, it's amazing. The human spirit is amazing, and it's amazing what you can accomplish if you just set your eye on the finish line and beyond the finish line. And what does the finish line look like to me? It's like fabulous, and that's where I want to be.
Do you set goals and visualize what you want to achieve?
Now, as a fundraiser at Opportunity Village, I have huge, lofty goals. We have 4 campuses, and I envisioned these campuses, and I envisioned that they are state-of-the-art, the most beautiful places that people with disabilities can be. I envisioned for Chris a life much like anyone else's, that he's accepted in the community. For the 1,700 people that we serve, I envision a life where they have friends and they have a full life like everyone else. I don't know there's a real clear picture of, you know, what that actually is. My goals are to not accept obstacles that are thrown in the way and to climb over them and beyond.
Hi, I'm Mabel Antonino, and I happen to be a parent of Opportunity Village, and I'm here to speak about Linda. I met Linda many years ago, and I just want the town of Las Vegas to realize how good this woman is and how much she has achieved in all her dreams. She has built 4 campuses for our handicapped kids, and I call them kids because I have a handicapped son that goes to one of the campuses. But Linda Smith never gives up. She's a fighter. She goes to commissioners. I've sat and watched her work. She is awesome. She never quits dreaming. She never quits going after more money. And let me tell you, this lady has raised a lot, and she's not done with Las Vegas yet. She's going to build a village, and that's going to be for our kids to live and work and walk to work from one safe area. Linda Smith cannot be beat. She's a wonderful, considerate, intelligent, wonderful woman to know personally, and she's really a go-getter.
Your driving force, it seems like it's greater than yourself. Is that what is behind everything?
My message to so many people and to young people that I talk to and try to help is to just focus on, you know, something on the winning side. Go for the, get out there and imagine the wonderful possibilities that there are, and then go get them. Because on the other hand, I have mentioned earlier to you that I have a granddaughter that I lost. A beautiful, healthy little girl, age 5, had a tragic accident, and we lost her. You can lay down and you can die. That's a terrible, terrible thing to lose a child. Or you can change the world. And so my granddaughter has changed the world and continues to. Her short life meant something. Now, Cheyenne is, we have a program where we bring at-risk and homeless children to our big Christmas event that we do at the Magical Forest in her name. These are pretty big things. It does seem odd that I can be so positive and so upbeat about everything, but I really feel these things happen to all of us for a reason. I feel blessed. I feel chosen in some respects into this life. And maybe It's the obstacles, the things that would seem to set you back at an early age are the things that make you strong. Certainly for me, I feel stronger because of the setbacks early on.
Hi, my name is Carrie Harned, and I work with Linda Smith here at Opportunity Village. Linda and I have worked together now for a little over 15 years, and in that time I have seen so much. And I can say that everything that's happened here, whether it's a new program, whether it's a new building, a new train in the magical forest, whatever it is, it started with Linda going, why don't we have, or why can't we do? And even when people said, I'm sorry, but that's nuts, or I'm sorry, but where are you going to get the money for that? We've always been able to overcome the nuts part, and we've always been able to find donors to help us build and do. And it's all Linda's dream. We now have programs for children, we have programs for adults, and again, it's all because of Linda's inspiration. I know personally that I came here as a volunteer a little over 15 years ago, and she asked me to stay, and I've been here ever since, and we've worked together ever since. But she has taught me a lot, and it's all about never taking no for an answer. It's about loving and respecting the people that we serve. That's why Linda's here, and we are blessed. Thank you.
Can you walk away from the life you're living right now?
That's a great question, and no, I think there's a reason that my son Christopher was born to me. I've had many opportunities to go down a different road, a different job. I've been offered some remarkable opportunities, actually. But I love the fact that I'm changing lives every day at Opportunity Village, and I see the result of those lives. And I see the potential in people who have been cast aside and considered not capable. And I see the capabilities. And I feel really fortunate to be there. And I can't imagine another job where I would really feel that great every day. Every morning when I go to work at Opportunity Village, it's, hi Linda, how are you? You look nice. And you know, it's probably a bad hair day, but they make you feel good.
So that's where you get your energy and your inspiration, is to see the results of what you do.
And the people, they inspire me.
Is there such a thing as a blueprint for your liint?
Is there a blueprint for my life? Probably. I'm living a life that I feel very privileged to live. And a lot of people would look at me and say, boy, I wouldn't want to walk in her shoes.
What kind of legacy would you like to leave behind?
That I made a difference. And it's not about me. It's the people that I serve every day. I think that this is about them. They're special, amazing human beings that are there through no fault of their own, and they, the legacy should be theirs.
Thank you for being a guest at Hometown Heroes and giving people a second chance here in Clark County.
Thank you for having me.
When I first came to Opportunity Village, I didn't know who she was, but when I met her and went to the Buffalo campus, she was really nice, and she has a son named Chris, and she takes care of Chris real well, and I'm glad she's an advocate for Opportunity Village too.
I met Linda because I know her son, Chris Smith, because he works at works there with me, and she's a wonderful lady, and I love her so much.
She's one of the sweetest, most kind people I've ever met, and she's a great advocate for Opportunity Village, for all of us, for her son Chris, and for other mentally and physically disabled people, and all around, she's just a wonderful person.
Thank you, Linda.
If everybody gave a little bit to help their fellow man, there wouldn't be any problems in the world.
Thank you for joining us. If you are a local hero or you know someone who is, please contact us. See you next week.